I think, yep. I think going into the game, we felt this was the best opponent that we were going to, face so far, and we thought possibly the best opponent on our schedule. And tremendous respect for Stephen F. Coach Conk does a great job, and to go down to McNeese and win down there, Roy got everyone's attention. So we really have had 2 great weeks of very focused practice. This is a team that I think, I don't want to say underachieved early in the season, but didn't play its best football early on, and it was really good to see us just keep on pushing through. And I thought we had an amazing week of practice 2 weeks ago, and the same thing this week. And I think they've gotten that mentality that, we're going to set a very high standard. Doesn't matter who we're playing. We're going to prepare that way every single week. So I think what you saw out there is just some tremendous preparation in the last 2 weeks. Again, when we walked off the field against Lamar, I don't think we felt that we played our best football, and I think we played a pretty good game today. So.
All right, if we get questions for the players first, so we can get them out of here, and then once we're done with the players, we can go back to the.
Jeremiah, you guys broke a number of records today, most yards, and finding really points, and getting 7 touchdown passes. So what was working for you guys offensively?
Well, I mean, like Coach Keeler said, this team. I mean, we have such high expectations. We've played pretty well the last couple of weeks, but we've really been frustrated because we knew that that's not the best we can do. And we said coming into this week, we're going to have to play our best football offensively to win. And I think that we really did that all the way around. I mean, offensive line played amazing. Receivers, I mean, we had so many one-on-ones, they just went up and made plays. I mean, Nathan Stewart, a true freshman, I mean, he had an unbelievable game. But it was really special what our offense can do whenever we play our best football. And I think we can still continue to grow on what we did today.
And you guys threw the ball a lot, didn't lean as much on the run game as you normally do. Was that something, a decision based on something you guys saw in the film room?
Oh, I mean, I think it's the way our offense works. If you're going to take away one thing, then we're going to have to attack you a different way. And they were giving us the one-on-ones that we wanted. They were loading the box, and we tempoed them to get our run game going. And I think that really helped. But that's just the way our offense works. We're gonna attack space and let our playmakers get the ball.
Jeremiah, the receivers and running backs were both taking 2 or 3 people to tackle them. How nice is that for you as a quarterback to know I can hit Getty for 4 yards and he can turn it to the 20 because he's a great tackler?
Oh, I mean, it's very comforting. I think we have the best skill guys in all of America. I mean, we have 4 of the best backs. I mean, our wideouts, every single one of them can play 3 deep. So it's really special, the group that we have offensively, and we got to continue to grow because whenever they get the ball, they're dangerous.
And Derek, PJ, and Luciano, those guys kind of get the attention, but you had a terrific game today. How did it feel to step up and make such a big impact in this rivalry?
It felt good. I mean, all week the coach was talking about how you got to make big plays in big games. So I just thought today was a big game, so why not show up? And preparation all week was good. Defense had a good practice all week, and we just flying to the ball. So.
It was really nice getting Derek back off a shoulder, and so it gave us some opportunities to play PJ inside. And so that gives us a unique opportunity when you have Moof and PJ and Derek on the field at the same time with Cody Brooks. Boy, there's a lot of speed out there. So, again, getting Derek back finally. He got a chance to play a little bit last week. It really kind of changes our dynamics in terms of what we can do. And we really felt it was huge getting him back for this game because with all the throws that they were going to make, we need some pass rush. And obviously we got some heat on him all day long.
Derek, what does it say about, you guys have some good defensively last year, this 14-3 at halftime, and they only had 7 and a half. What have you seen from the defense? Why is this so?
I think it really just started in camp. Like coming into the camp, defense really had a different mindset. We wanted to be more physical. We wanted to make more plays because the offense is ranked number 2, 3. something like that.
Like number one, I think. So.
Number one.
Okay.
So I mean, the defense was really like, well, how come we can't be ranked number one? So we just tried to match the offense all camp. So that's pretty much what it is. You just have a different mindset this year.
And, it's really difficult on a defensive coordinator and on a defense the way we play offensively, because we're going to get a lot of snaps, and sometimes if you get a 3 and out, you might have taken 20 seconds off the clock. So the defensive guys know. I mean, that's how we're playing. And over the course of an entire football game, the thought is that we're going to finish them in the fourth, that we're going to wear them down, and we like reps. We want the more reps, the better for us because we think we're in great shape, and we have a whole mentality about keep on playing and try to finish them in the fourth. And like I said, we are tremendously deep on the defensive line, and now getting Derek, that really gives us a lot of unique opportunities that we can do with moving some people around.
In Jeremiah, you guys got up 21 in less than 10 minutes, and it seemed like after that you guys took more and more shots down the field. How was that kind of giving a huge lead like that early on in the game kind of build you guys' confidence?
Oh, well, it definitely helps. We were able to tempo, and our defense did an unbelievable job. I think we had, I don't know how many 3 and outs early on in the game, holding them, and that gives us tremendous confidence, saying, hey, we have the defense can hold them, so we can afford to take some shots right here. And, I mean, it was an all-around team win. I think this is the best game we've played yet, and we said we were going to have to do it coming in. I mean, SFA is a great football team. They said they're the best D-line that we were going to see so far this year, and we knew we had to come ready to go.
I mean, sometimes we kind of like, all right, take it easy, because But I think our offense really does a good job of putting points on the field and getting the other team to get tired, so that way they can set us up for the defense to go out there and really just take the air away from the offense. So if they know the defense is doing their job and the offense doing their job, then we're clicking on all cylinders. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I thought a real key to the game too was how well we played on special teams. Our kickoff coverage was amazing. I mean, amazing. And we punted the ball well. They didn't give us an opportunity to return any punts. We did a good job just catching it. And then a kickoff return. I mean, you're going to kick it deep to us. It's a headache. I mean, we can do some things. So, Kyle Sigler and his crew, I have to give all the coordinators great respect for the great job they did, because I thought it was a real team effort, and I think special teams were a real big part. And we've talked about, we have this theme about finding that 10%, trying to find those missing ingredients to win a national championship. And we're a long, long way from there. But I think special teams, the improvement of special teams has made us a better football team, because we can flip the field very quickly on you with special teams. And, we get a lot of good field position off of kickoff returns and those kind of things. So really happy with how we've played on teams. And that just shows you the depth of our team, too, because we're playing a lot of guys on special teams.
Anything else with the players?
How did it feel to win at
So it always feels good.
Yeah, I mean, this was my first Pontywood game, so it felt good. Hopefully next year we do it again. So.
Appreciate it, guys. All right. Firelink.
Yeah, early in the season, I think we had a game where we had 56 points and like 600 yards of offense, and we're all looking at each other saying we should have 70 and we should have over 700. And just the expectations we have with this offense, there's really tough. It's tough to find a weak spot. We have really talented skill kids, and Nathan Stewart's a true freshman. I love those Texas kids who don't want to leave Texas. He had Memphis and decided he wanted to stay home. And, Remus Bulmer, he's your third running back. You kidding me? I mean, he starts for everybody in this league. And then Jeremiah, not only has Jeremiah blossomed as a quarterback, but his leadership skills are just, they're special. And when he took this team over, and that's what he did, when J.J. decided to transfer, that day that J.J. decided to transfer, Jeremiah took that team over. It's been powerful. It really has been. So, yeah, I think the sky's the limit, with the tempo we play at and the confidence we play at, and the fact that, if you want to go one-on-one with us out there, we're not afraid to challenge you all day long. Again, then if you want to place them too high and move out, well, we're going to run the ball at you. So as Jeremiah said, we have no qualms if we have 500 yards of rushing offense or 500 yards of passing offense. It doesn't matter to us. It's just whatever they're taking, we're going to take advantage of it. Phil Longo and his staff do a terrific job. Yeah. Yeah, you know, we've done that the past 2 weeks. We've come out and played like with our hair on fire, and I think that's because of the great mental preparation. You know, we come through a tunnel of alums prior to the game, and it's so emotional. And one of the things I talked about our kids before we went out was like, listen, this game is not about them, SFA. It's about us. And they're the best team and the most important game on our schedule because it's the game we're playing right now. And that's a mentality we've really come to understand. And I thought our kids did a pretty good job keeping their emotions in check early on, because that's the fear in a rivalry game like this, is that you get so caught up with the nonsense. And that's something that we stressed all week. We have a great highlight tape that Barfield put together of the history of the Piney Woods. And there's some crazy stuff that goes on now. I mean, from the mascots to the bench clearing brawls there's some crazy stuff. And it just reminds them that, you know, that's all great, and that's all for the alums, and someday they're going to be one of those guys. But right now we need to worry about us and what we're doing just day by day. And I thought our kids just have practiced amazingly the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's really been as good a 2 weeks of practice. And it all started with our guys understanding that, you know, we have a standard that we have set. And every week we have to meet that standard, every single week. And you can't play up and down to opponents. You just can't do that. And so there's a mentality. I would be shocked if we don't have a phenomenal week of practice this week, because these kids have gotten it. They really have. I feel really good about this crew right now and where we're going. And trust me, we're going to keep, you know, the pedal to the metal in terms of us demanding of them. So it's exciting when you have a team like this. I really like our talent, but even more, I love the character and the leadership of this team. And I think that's what can make us special. We're not there yet, but, you know, we're on the road to being a really, really good football team. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know, I mean, we're very direct with our guys. I mean, very direct. I mean, we don't like something, we let them know right up front. And, you know, the reality is that there's a team at our level that has won 5 straight national championships. They have figured it out. We haven't figured it out, obviously, but we're on the path of trying to figure it out. And we don't like to talk a bit about national championships. We got some stuff right in front of us, but just in terms of the standard that we want to set, that's the standard we want to set. And I constantly point to North Dakota State, constantly, in terms of their culture and in terms of, you know, it's all about the team first, and it's about how they trust each other, and it's about their leadership and all those kind of things. So, again, you know, we're not here trying to talk about national championship right now. We're a long way away from that. But I guess my point is that these guys have bought in that we're going to try being the best team we can be. And every single week they go out and they practice. Like I said, the last 2 weeks have been, and I've done this for a long time, the last 2 weeks have been as good a 2 weeks of practice as I've seen. And I think we'll come out and do the same thing next week too.
Coach, coming into the game, 3 of the top 4 sack leaders in the conference were playing this game.
Yeah.
SFA had 2, and obviously PJ on your side. What did you make of SFA's lack of a pass rush? And seemingly you guys were able to get a pretty good rush.
And think about it, you know, we lost maybe our best offensive lineman last week to an injury, Mitchell Watanabe. 6'3", 350 pounds, and a true sophomore. He's a terrific football player. But we had so many other answers. Brandon DeWitt started for us 2 years ago in this game. Then was injured most of last year, but now he's back as a senior. Sam Hardy started at right tackle last year in this game, but is playing guard for us now. Sam Spencer is a walk-on redshirt freshman that's playing terrific football for us. And so we had answers. I mean, that's what this offensive line has. It has answers. We can go, you know, 7, 8 deep, sometimes 9 deep on the offensive line. And that was our biggest concern. I thought their defensive line was almost like looking in a mirror. I thought we have great skill kids. They have great skill kids. We were getting great quarterback play. I thought they were getting some pretty good quarterback play. I thought our defensive line is special. I thought their defensive line was really, really good. Best defensive line we've seen. They have 3 defensive ends who are great football players. So for us to protect the way we protected, it gave our outside receivers an opportunity and our slot receivers to get a lot of one-on-one matchups. And, you know, we're a headache when you try to play us man-to-man out there. So, yeah, the offensive line, you know, Bart Tatum, my offensive line coach, does a phenomenal job. He really does. Those kids just buy into how he coaches. And I think the offensive line was one of the key factors. We thought it was going to be an offensive line, defensive line sort of matchup. We thought our defensive line had to get pressure on the quarterback, had to knock some balls down. Their 18's a low slot guy. He's about a 6-footer, and he has a lower slot. We had to knock some balls down. So that's one of the reasons why we tried to play PJ inside to get some inside pressure. So, yeah, you know, it's nice to have pieces to the puzzle. It's nice to be able to draw stuff up and say, you know, we can do that because we have the guys who can do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, really sort of an equal little ball game going back and forth, and then all of a sudden we got some field position, and I'll play field position. Don Sanders, who's a former part owner of the Astros and who's an alum of a baseball field named after, he gave me a book about why I should never punt. And the crazy thing was he signed it like he wrote it. And I love Don. And last year I had a punter who is now playing for the Jets. And Joe Fickenshaw is playing as well as Locke did last year. So I have no problem playing field position. And when you have guys playing special teams like our guys are playing special teams, you know, that's what you do. You know, it really meant nothing going into the game. It wasn't, I don't think my wife has a cake for me and everything. I mean, it was no discussion or anything like that. But, you know, now that it has happened, you feel blessed to all the great coaches I've worked with in my time, all the great players from Rowan and from Delaware and at Sam Houston. And to get it in a rivalry game, it was special. It really was. I mean, I'm very attached to these kids. I really am. I kind of run it like we're family. They're always in and out of our offices. And I know they knew it was number 200 for me, and that's why I got tossed at the end with the Gatorade. And I really appreciated the fact that I could do it with this crew here because it's a special group of kids. All right. Thank you.